Iseyama made the best possible decision with the ending of Attack on Titan. Now, hold up, before you bring your pitchforks, let me explain. In a meta sense, we have to understand what's going on with Iseyama as a writer and as a creator. If you look at the message from Kodansha, they wanted to continue the Attack on Titan series. They wanted to basically create a Boruto for Attack on Titan. And Iseyama at this point, if you look at any of his interviews, his goal after he finished Attack on Titan was to create a salon wherein which he would use the tears of his fans, so to speak. In my eyes, the ending of Attack on Titan is chapter 138. Everything after that is something that he did that's kind of ingenious. Some people say that Kodansha forced him to end it the way he ended it. I believe that he did it on purpose. If he ended the series well, the series' popularity would continue to skyrocket. It would continue to maintain that popularity into a second part, which is not what Iseyama would have wanted. Iseyama wanted Attack on Titan to end. By them enforcing a continuation and forcing him to have to continue, ultimately what happens as a result, you have a writer who wants to end his series the way he wants to end it. He wants the series not to have a continuation. But you have a magazine like Kodansha that will not let him stop it. They will not let him end the series. People complain about how the ending of Attack on Titan feels kind of pointless. How, regardless of all the efforts that Eren and everybody else have made, everything feels like it's retroactively become meaningless. But if you think about it in a meta sense, Iseyama is basically making the statement with the ending that if I can't end the series the way I want to end it, if I have to continue writing this series, it is going to be meaningless. If I have to continue past the point I desire. And one thing I realized about Iseyama is that he very much writes for himself. He doesn't write for his fans. He doesn't write for critics. He doesn't write for anybody. He writes the type of story he wants to write. But if he's put into a situation where, like, due to a contract, he has to continue writing something that he doesn't want to write it, he would rather make it a garbage crapshoot, dumpster fire, and ensure that a series continuation would fail than have to continue writing a story he doesn't want to write. Now, you have people over here who are ranting, going crazy about the ending of Attack on Titan, saying that it's absolutely garbage, saying the whole series is like a 5 out of 10 due to the ending and everything like that. Iseyama at this point wants to be left alone, in essence. He wants to continue his life beyond manga. He wants to do what he wants to do. He doesn't want to draw manga anymore. His heart is just not in it anymore. And he's made that very clear up until this point. He's made it crystal clear that that's not what he wants. Not like he's bad at it. How I know that this is intentional and how I can tell is because up until this point, Attack on Titan's writing has been bar none some of the best writing in shonen manga history. It's been absolutely amazing up until the last 3 or so chapters. I would just say really the last chapter. It's been on point up until that point. You know what I'm saying? And so with that, is it worth freaking out about the ending? Because I feel like if you take Attack on Titan from chapter 138 and you count that as being the ending, then it's a really solid 8 out of 10 series. If you look at it for that last chapter, and you actually take that last chapter seriously, and I'm of the opinion that you shouldn't take that last chapter serious whatsoever, because it doesn't feel like it's what Iseyama wanted. It doesn't feel like it's what, like, the fans don't matter. The magazine doesn't matter. This ending the way it is just a sign that Iseyama's done and wants the series to be over. So to everyone who's kind of freaking out about Attack on Titan, making it seem like the whole series is garbage because the last chapter is garbage, let me tell you something. If you had to end this, if you had to continue your story after years of planning it and you wanted it to end a certain way, right? But you couldn't end it, what would be the best decision? I would say to damn all future successes for Kodansha by making a crapshoot near the end. Because we have to remember the meta-narrative behind every story that we read. It's not just the story. It's the situation and circumstance surrounding the story. And in Attack on Titan's case, it is very peculiar and particular because it has solely to do with the fact that he's in the magazine that he's in, and he's acquired the level of praise and acclaim that he has arrived at to this day. So for everyone, this is just a perspective to consider. I feel like I've made a lot of logical and reasonable arguments for this perspective. You have every right to disagree and include that last chapter as being a part of the ending, but I'm just going to tell you that it's going to cause you a lot more psychological suffering as a result. All in mind. You can say that what I'm saying isn't the reality, but we have to look and take into consideration who's writing it and what's going on with what they write, and the personality of Iseyama himself. Iseyama is the type of person who will throw everything into the garbage if it's not the way that he wants. That's who he is. But yeah, definitely give this video a like if you find this perspective to be compelling. You don't have to agree with it, just find it compelling. Give this video a like, and this is my comeback to YouTube. Thank you very much for your time and effort to listen to this perspective, and have an amazing day.